You wake up in a cold sweat. Your heart is hammering against your ribs. You were just being chased in the dark. Something terrifying was right behind you. You open your eyes to the dark room. You are safe in your bed. You check the glowing screen of your phone. It is exactly 3 in the morning. You think it was just a random nightmare. But the real answer is far stranger. Your brain was not just inventing a monster. Your brain was running a very ancient drill. You are experiencing an evolutionary echo right now. Your ancestors had this exact same dream. They had it 100,000 years ago. And they had it for a specific reason. What if your dreams do not belong to you? To understand this, you need to go back. Way back to the Pleistocene epoch. The world is wild, cold, and entirely unforgiving. Your ancient ancestors did not have locks. They did not have walls or emergency services. When the sun went down, the threats multiplied. Sleep was the most dangerous thing they did. When you sleep, you are completely paralyzed. You are blind, deaf, and entirely vulnerable. So why would evolution allow such a massive vulnerability? The answer hides inside the most mysterious phase of sleep, rapid eye movement, or REM sleep. This is the theater where your dreams happen. For decades, scientists thought dreams were just random noise, neural static firing as the brain sorted daily memories. But the data tells a completely different, darker story. Think about the dreams you remember most vividly. Are they peaceful walks through a sunlit meadow? Rarely. Most vivid dreams are heavily laced with anxiety. You are falling from a great height. You are paralyzed and unable to scream. You are showing up to a test entirely unprepared. Or you are running for your absolute life. In the year 2000, a cognitive neuroscientist named Antti Revonsuo proposed something radical. He introduced the threat simulation theory of dreaming. He studied thousands of dream reports from different cultures. He realized that negative, threatening dreams are a universal human constant. Revonsuo argued that dreams are not accidents at all. They are a biological virtual reality simulator, an offline training environment designed to keep you alive. Your ancient brain needed a safe space to practice survival. If a saber-toothed cat ambushes you in the waking world, you have seconds to react. If you hesitate, your genetic line ends right there. But if your brain simulates the attack while you sleep, you get to practice the escape without the lethal risk. Your amygdala, the fear center of your brain, fires intensely during REM sleep. Your brain is pumping stress hormones just like it would in reality. You are rehearsing the emotional and motor responses to danger. So when the real threat appears, you do not freeze. You already know exactly what to do. This means your worst nightmares are actually your brain trying to protect you. But what exactly were they dreaming about back then? We can actually answer that by looking at isolated modern populations. Anthropologists have recorded the dreams of hunter-gatherer groups today. Groups like the Mehinaku in the Amazon rainforest. Their dreams are startlingly different from modern urban dreams. You dream about losing your phone or missing a flight. They dream about jaguar attacks, venomous snakes, and hostile tribes. Their dream environment perfectly mirrors the threats of their waking environment. Ancient humans dreamt of the predators that hunted them. They dreamt of freezing, starving, and being isolated from the group. Social isolation was a literal death sentence in the Stone Age. Which explains another universal dream you have probably experienced. The dream where you are suddenly naked in public. Why does your brain torture you with that specific scenario? Because being ostracized from the tribe meant certain death. Your brain is simulating the ultimate social failure. It is training you to conform, to belong, to avoid rejection, at all costs. The public nakedness is just a modern costume for an ancient fear. Now, look at the physical mechanics of dreaming. When you enter REM sleep, your brain paralyzes your voluntary muscles. This is called REM atonia, and it is crucial. If your muscles were not paralyzed, you would physically act out your dreams. You would run out of the cave and straight into the jaws of a predator. Your brain locks you down so it can run the simulation safely. Sometimes this mechanism glitches, and you wake up before the paralysis fades. You are conscious, but you cannot move a single muscle. This is sleep paralysis, and it is almost always accompanied by a feeling of dread and a dark presence in the room. That presence is your brain's threat detection system misfiring in the dark. It is scanning for the predators that used to hunt you in the night. But dreams are not only about running from monsters. There is a second, deeply vital function to this nocturnal theater. Dr. Matthew Walker, a professor of neuroscience at UC Berkeley, explores this deeply. He calls REM sleep a form of overnight therapy. Ancient humans endured horrific traumas on a regular basis. They saw family members killed by animals or disease. They survived brutal storms, starvation, and violence. If they carried the full emotional weight of every trauma, they would be paralyzed by PTSD. A mind crippled by trauma cannot hunt, cannot gather, cannot survive. So the brain found a way to strip the emotion from the memory. During REM sleep, the brain completely shuts off the release of noradrenaline. Noradrenaline is the brain's primary stress chemical. This means REM sleep is the only time your brain is completely free of anxiety-inducing chemistry. In this neurochemical safe space, your brain replays the traumatic memories. It processes the painful events without the physical stress response. It smooths the sharp edges off your worst experiences. Ancient humans dreamt to heal. They processed the death of their kin while lying by the campfire. They woke up the next day, remembering the event, but freed from the crippling panic. Your brain is doing the exact same thing for you every single night. It is digesting your emotional wounds while you are paralyzed in the dark. But what happens when you strip away all the modern comforts? Dream researcher Kelly Bulkley analyzed patterns across human history. He found that as societies become safer, dreams become more abstract. When you do not have to worry about a bear eating you, your brain simulates different threats. It simulates social anxiety, financial ruin, or failing an exam. The simulator is still running, but it has updated the software. The hardware, however, is exactly the same as it was in the Stone Age. You are walking around with a Pleistocene threat simulator in a digital world. Your brain is constantly preparing for a wild world that no longer exists, which leads to a fascinating and slightly unsettling realization. The ancient world never actually left us. We just paved over it and put up street lights. But every night, when you close your eyes, the street lights turn off. The civilization you built disappears entirely. You are plunged right back into the dark wilderness of your ancestors. You run from the same unseen terrors. You feel the same primal panic in your chest. You process the same complex grief and fear. The monsters have changed their faces, but the chase is exactly the same. Your dreams are a bridge across 100,000 years of time. They are the shadows of the people who survived long enough to make you. So the next time you wake up from a terrifying nightmare, do not be afraid. Be grateful. Your ancient machinery is still working perfectly. It is just trying to keep you alive. You are part of an unbroken chain of survivors. And the next time you wake up in a cold sweat, realize you are not alone in the dark. You never were.